tell us about your new show?
Well, I was very lucky, I think, to grow up as a baby boomer in southwest London, where there's a great venue playing all the British rock of the 60s, and it's the kind of music that, you know, your music when you're young, when you're in your teens and your early adulthood is one that stays with you all the time. So, you know, everybody has their own, I know. Baby boomers have dominated quite a lot, but that's because we had the best. And so it's not only good on classic FM radio, but it's when you hear these songs, you know, by the Who and the Kinks and the Small Faces and all those bands played live by a really good band, then it's a great experience. It's a great experience for me to be the lead singer up front of these guys, because it's really, really the best fun you could have.
John, I don't want to make you feel old. My dad loved this music. And the British pop invasion, because this was through the 60s, really. Yeah. I mean, that was a cultural revolution, really, and this music kind of spoke to that,
didn't it?
Yeah, it was
an amazing time. You know, it was basically taking an American music form and just sort of improving on it slightly, really, and selling it back to the Americans. And then it started this dialogue, really, because the Americans loved what the Brits did with it. And they added to that and sent it back across the Atlantic to England. And it's kind of like a musical conversation that goes on to this day, really, I think.
What are your memories from listening to that music as it was coming out at the time? Well,
I had to listen to it on an old-fashioned broadcast system called medium wave, which was broadcast from continental Europe, because the BBC had a sort of monopoly of the airwaves, and they didn't play pop music. You know, I don't know why, but we had to listen to it on this creaky old signal that you had to sometimes lean out the window with your transistor radio just to get it faded in and out with the weather.
What was it, bad Wi-Fi or something?
Yeah, the early form of that.
Do you think the way that people connect with music now is much different? Because back then, you really had to work for it. You're hanging out the window to try and get a signal. Right. Now we're in the streaming culture. It wasn't so easily
accessible, you know. But I had a great live venue near me in southwest London, the Eel Pie Island in Twickenham, and I saw most of these bands there. Wow. You know, when I was in my mid-teens, which is, you know, your formative period with music. And now that I've, you know, can put a great band together of my own and do it, well, I'm a very happy lad.
Now, this week, Spotify Wrapped has been on everyone's social media posts about their top 5 bands.
Yeah. Who do they think I am? I've got this thing that plays stuff that I haven't even heard of, and they're saying that I listen to it a lot. I think they've got it a bit wrong.
Who was your top artist?
Yes. Well, who would you want as your top artist?
This is quite embarrassing. My top artist was me.
No, that's not embarrassing. That is a flex. Yeah.
I have a few albums on Spotify, but only one sort of what you'd call like a real Spotify type of album, my own songs. And see, I occasionally I'm going through things and I'm writing chords down for bands and stuff like that. And so I stop and start and I listen to the song a lot of times. I guess that's probably why I do, perhaps, you know, well, that's my excuse. Anyway.
Johnny, you walking around like I've crushed it again.
Yeah. Really nailed that one. But no, I listen to a lot of kind of country rock style music, which is kind of my sort of thing.
A lot of Australians obviously have heard you singing on Play School over the years.
Of course.
Does that prepare you, help you in any way for this kind of gig?
No, it just meant that, you know, look, Play School was fun because there are a lot of the preschool audience. They when they come and see you in the street and they meet you, they're not sort of fawning on you. They just go, "Hello, John." Yeah. That's it. They're, you know, you're a friend of theirs. They've seen you on telly.
Yeah.
I recently saw you pop up in the new Robbie Williams biopic.
Yes.
You played Parky.
I do. I play Michael Parkinson.
How was it acting across from a CGI monkey playing Robbie Williams?
Well, it wasn't as weird as it looks once you see the finished item, because there was a young actor who was covered in, you know, motion capture dots and wearing a... So he was playing Robbie. But playing Parkinson was just fantastic because I happened to, you know, I got to know Michael Parkinson. I worked with him on stage in a series of musical concerts that he narrated, and he interviewed me when he came out here on 10, actually, for Parky Down Under. And I used to see him at the cricket all the time. So I got a message from him saying, John, I'm very disappointed, in fact, to hear that you are playing me, because I did ask for Brit Pop. And they told me they found someone who works cheap.
Tickets for Radio Luxembourg are available now. Head to our website for all the details. John Waters, thank you.